information or to find out how to get your hands on one of the CDs or to see where the tour dates are, we have it all on our website, wwltv.com. We'll link you over to your website.
Yes.
What's it called?
NewCupidOnline.com.
All right, very good. You can also check out R&B artist Kevin Styles at the Hyatt this weekend. This is the final live performance of the Hyatt this month. He'll perform on Friday and Saturday night from 7 till 10 and at 8 o'clock at the 8 Block Kitchen Bar inside the Hyatt. If you haven't been to the Hyatt is gorgeous now, and that 8 Block Kitchen Bar is really cool. Kitchen to the Kitchen and Bar. Anyway, for more information on that, we have it on our website, wwltv.com. Just click on links on 4. Now here's my old friend Sally.
Yes, my old friend Eric over there. It's one of our most important relationships, and unfortunately, one that can tend to get neglected. Well, this morning, professional life coach Charlie Borenstein-Vergara is here to talk about friendships and why they matter and how we can establish better friendships. Good morning, Charlie.
Thank you so much. It's really a pleasure to be here. So friendships are really valuable. I mean, some of the things, although they're not often given as much attention and research attention as our romantic relationships and our workplace relationships and even our familial relationships, friendships really matter in some key areas. One of the things is that they really give us opportunities for personal growth. They give us a chance to experience new experiences, and that brings out the best in us. One of the other things that's really fascinating about friendships is that they can actually lead to living a longer life.
Wow, so you can live longer if you have good friends.
Absolutely, and they're even more highly correlated with longevity than familial relationships are. So they really have a big bang. And as we get older, friendships are even more valuable than they are in our youth. Friendships also give us opportunities to make other friends. I mean, that one seems kind of obvious, but you're out and about with friends, you have a chance to make other friends. And they also give us opportunities to band together and create positive social change. And workplace friendships are really interesting because even though we might think, well, that's going to be a distraction for me at work to really be connecting with someone else. But in fact, what research tells us over and over again is that workplace friendships really contribute to productivity on the job.
And we're not talking about acquaintances because everyone has acquaintances. We're talking about friendship.
We're talking about friendship, and that's a deeper level, right? That's the level that really does require supportiveness, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute, but supportiveness and self-disclosure.
Okay, let's talk about how people who want to develop closer friends can do so.
Yeah, so absolutely. The first step is really daring to connect. And that sounds like it takes a lot of courage, but I think we can take the edge off of it if we remember we're not alone. If you're out there looking for closer, more connected relationships with other human beings, you're in the norm. And people are probably looking for you. So that's a really valuable thing to keep in mind. And the next thing that we want to really keep in mind is that it's a really good idea to focus on the relationships that we consider to be close. So by more than 2 to 1, Americans would say rather than having more friendships, they're really interested in having deep relationships with other human beings. And by even investing 90 minutes a week in our close friendships, we can experience a much deeper sense of connectedness and satisfaction in the area of friendships.
And that's like picking up the phone, staying in touch, not forgetting about.
Absolutely. And it's certainly the case that friendships take time. If we think that we're going to get to a state of intimacy without having contact with someone on a regular and ongoing basis, that's probably not the case.
So we have to be transparent, being willing to share ourselves and being willing to give as we receive.
Absolutely. And that's the next point that's really important, is making sure that we are practicing a real balance of self-disclosure and supportiveness. So a lot of us may be great at talking about our own limitations and the challenges we face in our lives, but are we really available for our friends when they need a trusted confidant? And that's key. And that, again, takes time. We have to have time available to devote to that.
We want to be the friend that we want to have.
Well, really interesting, right? That's what a lot of people will say, is I want to be the friend that I want to have.
Okay.
More interesting and often more effective is to be the friend that your friend really wants. Because what most of us do is that we assume whatever it is that I want in friendship, my friends must also want that. And although there are some shared characteristics, there may be some things that are really important to your particular friend.
Well, really quick, how do you find out what your
Open
friend
up
needs?
dialogue. Ask, what are the things that you really love about your friendships? What drives you nuts that your friends do? And how can I be a better friend to you?
Charlie, excellent advice. Charlie Borenstein-Bruguera, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
And we're going to be dancing with Cupid and heading back to the kitchen. Stay tuned.
Get live traffic conditions on the go with the free Eyewitness News app. Download it today.